So yesterday, folks, we talked about the last chunk of reading of the Giver, chapters 3 through 6, and you completed 2 charts on page 112, 113. If your Springboard isn't open it. I want you looking at those charts on page 112 and 113. Okay, even if you didn't get everything filled in, even if you weren't here, this isn't going to be difficult for you because you've been reading the story. Okay? Now, with those charts, the first one, what you folks had to do was talk about how 2 characters from the book viewed assignments. So you talked about how Jonas's perspective on the assignments was. You talked about another character from the book and what their perspective of assignments was. Okay? Then on the organizer, on page 113, you did something that was kind of similar, not 100%, but you chose a different rule that the society had. So you chose about jobs or growing up. And what you were supposed to do there was talk about what was that society's rule and how did you view it. All right, now what I'm going to have you folks do is you're actually going to write about this stuff that you were reading over. So with that separate sheet of paper, I'm going to help you folks set it up. So first thing that you're going to do, upper right-hand corner, write down name, date, period, just like you see on the screen. Name, date, period, on the screen. Okay, once you've done that, next thing I need you to do is copy down that heading that you see on the screen. You folks are going to be taking a writing quiz. What you have to do is you have to compare our modern-day society to Jonas's. You folks are living in society today. You know how it works. You have been reading The Giver. If you haven't, you're going to have to figure it out. So again, you're going to be comparing our society to Jonas's. Now you're going to do a really quick pre-write before you actually write. So what I want you to do is just copy what you see on the screen. Okay? First thing I'm going to have you copy is organizational structure I will use. Now, way back when, you folks learned about 2 different types of structures to compare and contrast work. One was called feature by feature. One was called subject by subject. Copy anything in red. If you don't remember which is which, don't worry about it. You'll see it pop up on the screen. Okay? That'll be one of the items that you have to figure out is which structure, how am I going to write this compare and contrast piece. Second thing I want you to write down, I want you to get yourself prepared to copy what features you're going to use to compare the societies. And you'll get a list to pick and choose from. So at this point, you should know, hey, I'm writing a piece where I'm comparing our society to Jonas's. That much you know. What you're going to have to figure out is what type of structure do you want to use to write this piece, and what features will you use to make the comparison happen. Once you've got this all set up, I just want you to draw a nice line underneath, breaking up this little pre-write to the actual piece that you're going to write.
I want the piece going to be.
Lucy. I don't like calling it an essay because this really isn't an essay. All right, now I'm going to push this forward. Don't worry, I can bring it right back if you need it. But let's see, okay, what are the types of structures, and also what are the features that you can use to make the comparison. Okay, what I'm going to have you do is focus in on that right-hand column. Don't look at the left one. We're going to start looking at the right. Now, you know that you're going to be comparing our society to Jonas's, but what you don't know yet is how do you make the comparison happen. So, you've got 5 possible features to use. That's where the numbers are at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I want you to do on your paper, I want you to pick 3 out of these 5 features and write them on your paper. This would be how you compare our society to Jonas's. So again, from these numbers 1 through 5, pick 3 out of those 5 and write them on your sheet of paper. If you don't know what to do, pop your hand up so I can help you. Okay. Even if you don't have all 3 copied yet, you probably have an idea of, I'm going to choose this one, and this one. And those are the features that you use to compare our society to Jonas's. All right, now the left-hand side is talking about the organization structure. I highly recommend that you do feature by feature. That's how most of you have been writing compare and contrast pieces in the past. That's what I suggest. So feature by feature, if you're looking for how long does the thing need to be, boom, it's right underneath. Now, either choice, neither one is going to be the shorter option. They're both the same. But I say go with feature by feature because that's how most of you generally write, compare and contrast. How it works, in case you can't remember, you discuss one feature at a time and explain what do we share in common with Jonas's society and what's different about the way that we complete that feature. Then your second paragraph, you talk about the second feature, compare and contrast our society to Jonas's in that second feature, so on and so forth. Subject's a little different. If you want to do subject by subject, you talk about our society in the entirety, then you go on to Jonas's. Subject by subject is trickier to do a compare and contrast. So again, I say do feature by feature. That'll be way easier. I want you to write on your paper where you put those 3 initial features, right above it, tell me which structure you're going to go with. Are you going with feature by feature, or are you going to try the subject by subject? I already gave you my recommendation, but you do what you think is going to be best. The handout I'm giving to your family, remember it's for you to share with a shoulder partner, so the person that you're seated next to. Now the handout's just a little bit different than the screen that's off, but not by much. The only difference that happened is that I plopped in possible feature by features. So if you're still kind of confused how to set it up, that's why I provided this piece for you. So maybe if you're still stuck, taking a look at that feature by feature in the left-hand column, you could tell yourself, all right, my first paragraph, I'm going to compare and contrast education to the societies. My second paragraph, I'm going to compare and contrast jobs to the societies, so on. Okay? Now, on the screen or on the handout, there's a box that's at the bottom right. And there's 2 things you have to include. How many total embedded quotes does that box say you must have? Yeah,
1.
1. Just 1. That's it. Only 1. So don't get sad and depressed. All right, second, where are you supposed to find transitions for this quiz? According to that box, Romy? Good, page 99. All right. 2 final things that I'm going to flash on the screen for you. That slide is going to pop up when about half the period's done. These are annotations that you'll need to make to your quiz before you turn it in. And also tells you, hey, if you finish early, read the book, work on vocab set 3. Here's the slide that's going to stay up for now. A reminder, this is a quiz. Partner's not going to be able to help you out. Certain questions I can answer for you, but if it's about where do I find this, what happens when, not a chance. I'm not going to be able to help you there. It's quiz mode. All right, the rest of the time is for you folks to work. You can ask a question if you need help with something. Again, I may or may not be able to answer it, but you definitely can't be talking with people at your seat. All right, the rest of the time is for you to work.